The outpouring of grief, sorrow and affection that we've witnessed since the devastating news reached us of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's passing shows how many lives she touched with her singular grace and powerful example of duty and dignity. It wasn't just that the Queen was there during moments of great historical importance, but that it felt like she was with us at times of personal significance too. I'll never forget what it meant to swear my oath of allegiance to the Queen as an MP, or my pride of becoming a member of her Privy Council. For that's what our Queen had a unique and unrivaled capacity to do, to bring people together. Even in an age that all too often feels overshadowed by polarization, by extremes, by rupture and rancor, she found a way to transcend it all. But she didn't just rise above it. Throughout her life, she was a shining force that bound us all together. As the winds of change swirled around her, decade after decade, she offered continuity and a calm, understated leadership that demonstrated there need not be any conflict between the past and present, between tradition and modernity, between the old ways of doing things and the bright new future that was coming into view. She resolved tensions that our society had often struggled to, and she did so with subtlety and style. Yes, there was still the pomp and pageantry, but it was combined with parachute jumps and Paddington Bear. That good humour, that authentic humility, and that human touch is what endeared her to us all. And it's what made her not just a modern monarch, but a great unifier, someone who united rather than divided, someone who reminded us that we're far more in common than that which separates us. Let me end by saying this. The Queen leaves such an extraordinary legacy that will endure in our hearts and in communities for generations to come. A legacy of selflessness, a legacy of unity, and a legacy that crystallizes the virtues of living a life in the service of others. Inspired by the Queen's public service and her sense of duty, it's in her image that I believe we must now go forward together. But as a new era begins, we must be mindful this is also a profound moment of sadness for our new king. And I know that all of London will join me in extending our condolences to His Majesty the King and to the whole of the royal family, especially the Queen's children and grandchildren. King Charles III served his apprenticeship under the wisest of mentors and has already lived a life of service, from his time in our armed forces to his tireless work with the Prince's Trust and much, much more. I have every faith he will follow the golden example set by his mother. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth II. Long live King Charles III.